What's up with y'all? It's your boy Leek again, you know what I'm saying? Back on Listen2Leek's podcast. And I got my brother from another mother with me today. You know what I'm saying? My good man, Lud.
What's good? Yeah, we've been repping this joint for a minute.
You already know it's been way overdue. And if y'all hear, you know what I'm saying, some craziness in the background, that is my animal. That is my my beast of an animal, Mr. Bentley. I might put him on camera, but
my man doing his thing.
Definitely doing this thing. Y'all don't want to see what he's doing right now. Y'all don't want to see what he's doing right now. But just put two and two together. It's a stuffed animal that looks just like a dog. But, you know, on this episode, I definitely want to have my man's Lud come through because, you know what? I know a lot of y'all out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all trying to make career switches. You know what I'm saying? Y'all may have went to school for something and you got out and you like, damn, like, I need to make a pivot. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what?
Bruh.
He made a pivot.
It's crazy pivot, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Not that crazy.
So why don't you tell the people, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, what you went to, what school you went to, or if you went to, or what you went to school for.
Okay. So, not to keep the story long or whatever, but I went to MC, which is a community college in Maryland, specifically Montgomery County. I went there for a little bit, then I transferred to UMD, so University of Maryland, College Park. And I went to school initially for PT, physical therapy. To be honest, I was like toggling between like physical therapy, occupational therapy, whatever. Nonetheless, I wanted to do some type of therapy type thing. And then, you know, did that, was living my best life, man. College. Yeah, that's a whole nother topic. But anyways, graduated, and ideally I was gonna go into that, probably going to grad school afterwards. So in the meantime, I was working at a hospital. You want the whole rundown up until the career switch, or just?
I really want you to talk about like your experience working at a hospital, just because I remember our conversations. I'm like, man, like, look, y'all working at a hospital. Salute to y'all,
bro. Man, the thing is, a lot of people don't even explain like the ins and outs of a hospital. Like, you only hear like, oh, some people want to be nurses, doctors, da 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 da. But then, like, actually working in one, like seeing the ins and outs of one, especially if you on the floor. For the people who work in a hospital, or even for the people who don't, there's a difference between outpatient and inpatient. Outpatient is the people who are mobile, like they could come in and out. Inpatient, when they're on the floor, so they have people who had surgery, strokes, things like that. So they have to be admitted, essentially.
Damn. Okay.
So you all in the camera.
My bad, y'all.
Damn, people want to see me. But yeah, so I was mainly working on the floor, so working with a lot of people who were admitted, and then I think the whole shakeup was I started after the pandemic. So like the end of 2020, around there. And I lied to you. Now let me just like tell you this straight like that. I think it was probably the first or second day I was shadowing. Cause I was working as a rehab technician. So we'll go to different rooms if they need rehabilitation, things like that. And I was just shadowing. Second day, we in the ICU. Oh. And then they had to do, I don't know if people know, it's called proning. So that was when people had COVID and stuff like that. They would flip the patient to their back. From their back to their stomach so they can breathe better. So they was doing that. And then they asked, oh, do you want to come inside to see it, whatever. But then I think ultimately they was like, no, because there's already so many people in the room. So long story short, there was proning this guy. They've been proning this dude for a while. And then it just wasn't looking like it was panning out correctly. So I'm standing by the nurse's desk, literally right across the room. This doctor comes out. She calls this dude's brother. She's just on the phone with him like, I don't think he's gonna make it, da 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 blah blah. We've been trying this and the third. Mind you, this is my second day. I'm like,
bro, on the second day,
this is not the life I thought.
That's some Grey's Anatomy stuff, bro. Like, off no funny stuff.
Bro.
Like, on the second day, like
you seen people in ventilators, this and the third. I was like, even off of that stretch right there, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be something else. But just working in the hospital in general, I got stories for days, but just know it's very emotionally taxing. And I think even at one point, I just started getting like So I'm seeing so many people like sick, and a lot of them like around my parents' age, and it just started to mess with me a lot. So I'm just like, I started thinking way more about like, oh, my parents like
think about mortality more.
Yeah, bro. Yes. Damn. And I was like, I can't just be living in this type of environment.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, on another note, when you work in the hospital, you cannot call out, bruh. It don't matter if it's snowing, if it's raining, if there's a nuke outside that just got dropped, bro. They need you to come in.
It is literally life or death.
Or they will hassle you to the ground. You need to find someone to cover your shift. This and the third, like, bro. I was like, yeah, something gotta shake.
Damn,
I gotta switch this thing up.
And how long were you there?
Started 2020. I left like April 2022. So like a little bit over a year.
A little bit over
like a year and a half, something like that.
Okay.
That journey felt like forever, I'm not gonna lie though.
And so now where you at now?
So now I'm a data interchange analyst at a company called Multiplan. It's still within the healthcare field, but complete switch up.
Complete switch up.
Pretty much like health IT, to be honest.
So what made you want to get into that?
I want to keep it nice and succinct. I need something that was going to take me to the top efficiently. Keyword efficiently.
Efficiently.
I don't need to be going to school for 3, 4, 5 years just to start making something shake. Like we in hustle mode now. Like them years you in school, your life is still on pause. And no offense to nobody who going to school for their shit, like, but your life is pretty much on pause until you actually start working in your career. And those are times where you could be building yourself, working on other things,
for the
other
audio.
crafts.
There was some
and
weird
then I was
things
just watching.
going
I was
on.
like,
I think the microphone was picking up the noise in the background.
I already had a background in
sounds
healthcare, so I was like, let me be
it
smart
goes on
about
for
it.
about
I already got a background
minutes,
in healthcare,
but eventually it'll
so
go
I
back to
graduated with Knees, but it was.
Hey, you all, apologies for the audio. There were some weird things going on. I think the microphone was picking up the noise in the background, which is why it sounds like this. It goes on for about several more minutes, but eventually it'll go back to normal.
You kind of need more rapport than just certificates and stuff like that. But I kind of caught it on the wave. So I was like, all right, I got a healthcare background. Tech is still starting to pop off. Let me just combine the two and switch up. Especially the fact that I didn't need to go back to school for 3, 4, 5 years. I needed to go on loan in debt because even the hospital I was working at, when I tell you I was working with probably like 20 physical therapists.
Damn.
And I lie to you not. Based on the hospital, I don't know about outpatient. I don't know about working with athletes. Just inpatient, Virginia. Like 18 out of them 20 PTs was like, if I could do it over again, I would not do it. And the one of the main reasons is because one is a high burnout. 2, the loans that you have to take out is quite extensive because it used to be a bachelor's degree you needed for PT, then it moved up to a master's. Now it moved up to a doctorate.
Damn. So what's the ballpark of like the average student debt if they go through the whole thing? If you would just guess, or
if I had to guess, it'll probably be somewhere around like, if I'm being generous, probably between like 70 to 90,000. That's like a real generous ballpark. There's some you can get away with that's like 40, 50,000, but for the majority, it's kind of that upper range, and that's taking away the fact that you went to undergrad, things like that. And then some private schools, man, you over 100,000.
You over 100,000.
You over 100,000 just in grad school. That, and listen, I think the biggest kicker is that the same money that you was making, or that you would come out making if you was back in the late 90s, graduating with a bachelor's, that same starting rate you'll probably still be making now.
The same?
Pretty much, bro. You coming out starting making like 60, 70, and you gotta work your way up from there. And that's in the hospital setting. A lot of them, the payout compared to the loans that you had to take out, I was like, nah.
Damn,
I was like, nah.
I see why you made that pivot, bro.
Nah.
Damn. So okay. So like this new IT job you got, like what's some tech related technologies that you know what I'm saying that you work with in your job?
For the most part, one of the main things is ServiceNow, so that's a big IT application. Pretty much like ticketing when you're working with different clients. The main thing is SQL. SQL is the main thing.
My man working with SQL. Okay.
And you don't need to be like the mastermind of SQL, but you need to at least know your way around it. Because I was talking to my friend about this the other day. A lot of these companies in general, not even tech, in general, they already have their systems in place. So you don't need to create a whole new script all the time, a whole new query all the time, because they already know what they need. It's just you may need to manipulate to some degree. So you need to understand what it is and then kind of plug and play that. So they already have the system in place. So as long as you have a good concept of the application, you should be fine. And then here and there we may use Tableau, because we're kind of converting some client reports over from Excel into Tableau. And then now we're starting to shift even into Agile. So
nice.
What is it? Kanban, Jira, stuff like that. Yeah. We're starting to move our teamwork and stuff into that.
Okay.
But that's pretty much it. But like I said, most part SQL. But yeah, I think, to be honest, this whole tech world, I'm gonna just tell you this: you need to keep learning. Just keep learning. Keep learning,
yo.
Bro, I've been working at this place because I left the hospital. Like I told you, like April 2022. It's been like over a year, bruh. I still don't know what I'm doing sometimes. I still know what I'm doing sometimes.
Fake it till you make it,
bro.
Fake it till you make it.
Because the thing is, like, as far as my experience with this, like, I don't know how other tech jobs are, other office jobs, I don't know. But I guess the difference between like these kind of like jobs that pay you more or are more extensive is like you need to have general skill sets that can be applied to the role, like actual problem solving, things like that, like being like inquisitive, because sometimes like the role that you're signed up for and the tasks that you do on a daily basis, it's cool, but then there will be a day something just like pops off like that, and then you gotta figure out what the heck went wrong. Fire drill. You gotta ask this person, that person, like, oh, how to solve this. Yeah. And someday, like, bro, it'll be, I promise you not, I'll be talking to my boys. One day I'll be cooling. Let me get a little inside of work from home life. One day I'll be cooling. Go to my meetings. I may have to do 1-2 tasks, and I'm chilling. The next day could come, and I'm working till like 7 p.m. trying to figure out how to fix this thing that got messed up, and you just like, bruh, yesterday I was just chilling, bro.
Yesterday it was sweet, bro. Today it's like young, like it's a fire drill,
bro. So you need to be in that kind of like mindset. And some people can't handle it.
Some people can't handle it.
Some people cannot. Some people want something that's real routine. Yep. I know what I'm doing every day, and if that's the case, may not be for you.
So when you was in school, you ain't take no SQL classes or anything?
Nah.
You ain't even probably know what SQL was back then. Maybe you knew.
Actually, to be honest, I didn't.
You didn't?
Nah. I knew about the other applications that I don't use. Like I knew about Python, C++, all those, but I didn't really necessarily use it. I used R. Yeah. With some of my statistics classes. Yeah. With public health, which is another like analyst application and stuff like that, and also another programming. But as far as like SQL, nah.
Okay, so you in a position where basically it's like you went for it and they basically told you what you had to do and you was like, I'm gonna just learn.
Listen, it was a month into the hospital. I was like, this is not me. This ain't me. So I would go home and I was looking like, all right, what can I do where I could get in and I could get in quick. And mind you, in reality, it wasn't that quick. Don't get it twisted. Right. Because even when I initially was trying to pivot, I was actually going to do digital marketing. But that's a whole different realm. I didn't really have no skills already that can play into it. So I was like, all right, let me switch something else up again. So then found that. Initially was going to be like a public health analyst or even just a data analyst to keep it real simple. And then moved from there. So then looked into what I needed to learn, and then I just started grinding. Courses. I forgot what course I took. There's one from Simply Learn I took. I don't know if you guys people know about that. Simply Learn,
yeah, I heard of Simply Learn.
But the thing is, like, even that in and of a sense, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, you just take the course and You just follow along and you gonna do what you need to do.
So you taught yourself?
Pretty much.
Okay, so how do you like teach yourself? How do you do that? People can't do that, bro. People don't want to teach themselves. They want people to teach them.
The thing, it depends on the person though. But I'll tell you one thing, you need to be disciplined and dedicated. And people think they got it. People think they got that.
They think they got it.
But it's really just motivation. And motivation dwindles very quickly.
Yeah. Man,
when I tell you, there was times I left my last job, so I'm not gonna get in trouble for this. But yo, there'll be times like in the hospital, because there's a whole bunch of computers around. Bro, there'll be times I'll be on the computers ducked away studying.
Damn.
In between like my patients, ducked away.
So how you stay motivated though?
Bro, I really just think, for me personally, I think it's because I felt I wasn't in a rough spot at all. Don't get me wrong at all. But just where I wanted my life to go, I felt like my back was up against the wall. Like I felt like the longer I stay in this position, the harder it's gonna be for me to jump out of it. So I was like, I need to make it shake now. I need to make it happen now. So I would go home. Listen, my girl, she could tell you, I would go home from my job and I would be doing projects on my own, whether it's an Excel project, it's cleaning up data, whether I'm manipulating data, and then I would just take random data sets. There's a whole bunch of data sets you can find online.
Damn, he went and got the dummy data sets.
Bro, dummy data sets, bro. There's free open source data sets. Just clean it up, do some type of analysis, create your own questions. Bro, there'll be questions like this. Random example. Say you got like a data set of like fast food places. All right. Say it's a data set of fast food places in the city. You clean up that data. Now it all is clean. You know the radius of where it is, city it is. Now you can ask questions like, all right, how many fast food restaurants are in Silver Spring, which is where we stay at now. You could ask for that. You could ask, all right, how many transactions does this fast food restaurant make compared to this? Like, you just play around with the data, learn about the data, and then report back to it. That's pretty much what you're doing. That's in the simplest way I could put it. But obviously, it takes a little bit more intricacy than that.
Right.
But nah, just for real, I would go home after work. I'll be grinding. I don't know if I still have my notebook. My notebook was just filled with notes. Just filled with notes, bruh. And then at one point, Shawty was like, this was like a year, mind you. Like I told you, it sounds like I did it quick, but it was like I didn't actually start applying until like a year later. So I was doing it for like a year pretty much. And even that, like, yeah, there were moments where I didn't do it as intense as I would in some aspects. Like there'll be some weeks I may only do it for a little bit, and some weeks I do a little bit more. But I was always doing something. Mm-hmm. So I think even like after a year later, like I had a good amount of skills and knowledge of what I needed as far as Excel and SQL and stuff like that. And then, but the thing is, like with me, I was like, I always think I needed more. That's that imposter syndrome. That's the imposter syndrome, especially if you're coming from a place that's not like
non-technical.
Coming from a non-technical place.
You're just looking up like, oh my god, look, you hear how they type? They're just like,
bro,
oh my god, like just.
And then you go. Obviously, it's natural. You're gonna think you.
Yeah.
You're gonna think because you competing with people who came from universities. People who have more experience than you, this and the third. And my girl was like, bro, just apply and see what happens.
Just apply and see
what happens. And I was like, all right. Eventually, I was just like,
So
you just do it.
You here to stay in the tech world?
What? Bro, listen, yo, you see my laptop right there? It is 3 p.m. Before I came here, I went to get an acai bowl and then pulled up, and it was like 2:00. So that's I can still get my work done, and I'm here doing this video right now. I can literally turn my head, see if I need to reply to an email or something like that. So long story, yes. Yes.
It's the life, man.
Bro, listen, I'm going to tell you this right now.
Can't beat it.
If I had 2 job offers right now, let's just say one's paying me $120.
Okay.
Another's paying me
$120. Damn.
Yeah, let's just go with that.
But you got to go in the office for them?
I'm going to give you that. There's one, $120. It's another one that's $110. I'm taking the $110. If that one's work from home and the other one I got to come in the office, I'll take that $10,000 less if I could stay working from home, because it frees up so much more of your life. I'm not gonna lie.
What if it's 150 versus 110?
150 versus 110?
Yeah.
It'll have to depend on how many times I'm going in the office.
Oh, we getting somewhere. Okay.
Yeah, that's a big jump.
Let's see if we can get him to crack. All right.
That's a big jump.
Okay, 150, and you gotta go in at least 3 days in a week.
153 days.
Yeah. 153 days, and the drive to get there is 45 minutes there with no traffic.
Or I stick with the 110.
I mean, it's up to you. You tell me.
Ooh.
150. You have to go in the office 3 days a week, and it's probably like 45-minute drive with no traffic. With traffic, it's probably like 1 hour 15 minutes. Better leave early.
Maybe I'll take that. I'll take that because listen to this. That is a $40,000 jump, bro.
Okay.
Mind you, yeah, you losing a little bit of free time, but you also gotta remember most of these tech jobs be giving you bonuses too. So that bonus, that salary,
that's true.
It's gonna look something crazy.
Okay, so the 40,000, you definitely going. Okay, but what if you had to go in 5 days a week?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah. And some people might look at me crazy.
I don't look at you crazy.
But look, bro. There is nothing more than having a job and being able to live your life instead of living your life to have a job. I promise you.
Hey, I'm gonna just need you to say that one more time, bro. I'm gonna need you to say that one more time because I'm gonna have to clip that, bro.
Bro, it is better to have a job and being able to live your life than living your life to have a job.
That's it right
Yo, y'all think that if that 150, 5 days a week, hour and a half traffic there and back, or hour 15, whatever it is, and y'all balling, yo, y'all literally got maybe 4 hours a day to enjoy your money, to enjoy your friends, your family, this and the third. When you get older, you're gonna be tired. You're gonna be ready to sleep by like 9, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
You get off of work on a good day, probably on time. Just like how I said, sometimes you working till like 7. Imagine you stay till 7 and then gotta drive back without traffic.
Damn.
8 o'clock.
Damn.
The day over.
Wait, hold up. So you got this full-time job though, but I mean, dude, you don't look like a couch potato. Like, what do you do, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Do you play football?
Nah.
You don't play football? You gotta play rugby or something, bro.
Nah. You know, that's the one thing I was actually nervous about.
What?
Because when I was in the hospital, I used to be walking up and down a lot because the hospital was big. It had 8 floors and two buildings, and you had to walk between both the buildings and up the floors and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got my job, I was like, I promise you, it's so weird. Like that's the kind of person I am. We have these discussions. I can 100% guarantee you, a lot of Americans do not think like this. One of my main concerns having this job was, how am I gonna maintain my physique? Bro, I was like, it's like an office job. Everyone knows how office jobs are. People get fat, they get big. I was like, how am I gonna stay in shape? Bruh, I was like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna wake up early and start jogging, this and that, blah, blah. But nonetheless, what do I do now? It was a transition. It took a little while for me to kind of fall in line because obviously you have to get used to the job. But once I kind of got familiar with the job and kind of got comfortable, I could kind of play around with it. Mm-hmm. But on a general basis, when I say I'll be working out.
You be working out?
I'll be working out.
Okay, so we talking weightlifting, we talking a mix of everything, like...
Bruh, a mix of everything. Because I just recently started running track again. Mm-hmm. So I'll give you my routine with that. So now, Monday and Wednesday, I'm running with a coach. Mm-hmm. So that's that. Tuesday and Thursday, I'm lifting. Mm-hmm. And then Friday I run on my own. Kind of keep it chill, more like drill work, more like technical work for track. And then Wednesday and Thursday, after I lift or after practice, I go skating.
Nice.
Depending on the workout.
So it's a different type of work. It's a fun workout. It's like
yeah. And the thing is, like, I used to run back in college and high school. Mm-hmm. But the way I run now is completely different.
And by the way, I'm gonna post this some reels of him skating, somewhere on this screen. But y'all gonna see how nice this dude is.
But because like now, even though I could say, bro, I ain't gonna lie, yesterday's workout was.
Give us the rundown, man. What happened?
The thing y'all not gonna understand it.
What did it do to you? What did that workout do to you?
You remember that conversation we had when I was like, bruh, I don't know. I think lactic acid is worse than being breathless. Yeah. Like when you running, you just like you out of breath, bro. Yesterday I was like, no, Malik was right. Malik was right, bro. We was running, yo. When I tell you I could not breathe, I feel like my life was flashing before my eyes. I was like, yo, nah, he got it. He got it on that one, bro.
Hey, Bentley, like you got it, bro. Bentley, like, hey, come here, boy.
Bro, oh my goodness. And I think it's because like we don't have any meets anytime soon, so he kind of put us back into preseason conditioning.
Yeah.
Whereas like you running like 400s, 300, 200 like repeats with minimal rest. It's probably like 2-3 minutes rest, and he just wants you to like just keep going. I was like,
what if you were doing this in 2015?
What would be the difference?
Yeah, the same exact thing. Were you way better back then, or because y'all don't know, but he was like a track star in high school. This dude like ran track like that. Weren't you the captain of the team at one point?
Yeah.
So
to be honest, the only difference I could really say is that I think I probably would have been more in shape, but my body would have been more beaten up. And I say that because back in like high school and stuff like that, you have to be practicing every day. Like you have to be running every day, and it's intense running where everybody's body is different. Sometimes not everybody can handle it, and I know for me, I used to always wake up feeling like I'm been overtraining. Like my body's always feeling sore. Like I always feel beat up. Whereas like now, I'm still training a lot, but it's in different aspects where I'm still giving my body a break. Because running, being taxed from running is different. Being taxed from lifting, being taxed from skating is different.
Facts.
So
running, I feel like I want to die. When I'm taxed on running, I'm like, okay, end it. Go ahead, end it. Just please,
bro.
Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh,
bro. No.
When your heart is just like, and you just can't breathe, it's just like, okay, this is
that you just want anything to just make it stop. Anything. And yet, mind you, yesterday where we stay at, yesterday was hot. When I tell you it was hot, bruh. Our coach brought like a cooler with like Gatorade and stuff. Man, I said, forget the Gatorade. I took the ice cubes and I was just rubbing it on me. I was just rubbing it.
You can chew the ice and it don't affect you.
Yeah, bro.
You chewing ice, you like it's dumb. Like
I was like, bro, I need this to cool off. And then, bro, the one thing about me, cause I'm not like a big dude, but I'm a little bit bigger for my height. So like when it's hot outside, like my body gets hotter quickly. It gets hot more quickly because I just carry more weight on me. So when it comes to like hot workouts like that, like it taxes me a little bit more than like when it's a cooler weather. Like bro, it's crazy because people I will run with, like they hate when it's like cold outside to run. And obviously people not gonna like it because your body's more stiff.
Yeah.
It's hard to breathe also in that sense.
Oh yeah, man.
I don't know why, but for me, like I could just go.
Yeah.
I could just
when you get warmed
going.
up, especially past that first mile, you ready to go.
Yes, I feel like I run better when it's cooler outside.
Yeah.
Where a lot of people run better when it's hot because your muscles are more loose and stuff like that. But for me, when it's cooler, man, I just be going.
What about a bunch of wind resistance, or what type of terrain change like do you not like the most? You like this is like this today. I hate it. Like
as far as terrain,
or just anything from the weather, Mother Nature. Just like what do you know what I'm saying? It's just that's the worst when you're running. Like
I'm gonna keep it up with you when it's hot. When it's hot and humid, I would take running in the rain. I'll take a windy day if it's cool outside. I'll take it if it's cold. I'll prefer all that. But if it's just you know that hot, bro. You know that heat when it's hot. You just angry at everybody. Bro, we just like shut.
When
up.
you got that look on your face, just like,
bro, is he just talking to me right now?
Yeah, you just looking around like this,
bro. No, I don't like that. I do not like that kind of weather. Yeah. But listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I've been through all this already. That like now I don't even really complain. Like I don't really complain no more. Like yesterday, because our team is kind of the age range is kind of broad. Some people in high school, some people in their 20s, their 30s, things like that. So it's a big range. You got people in there complaining.
People
anything.
Yeah, I bet.
Bro, I'm one of the new kids too, like one of the new ones that came in. I just be mouth shut. I just be trying to get it done.
So what you do for your diet? How do you handle your diet? Are you strict or you just kind of like,
Nah. I'm like, And I say that because people are going to be like, oh, then you just, what you taking? They're going to be like, oh, you taking steroids?
Oh, you taking steroids?
They're going to be like, I'm thinking that, or they're going to say it's all genetics. Listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. There's some big people in my family.
Okay.
Some big people in my family. Okay. But I think it's mainly because, one, I grew up kind of in fitness. My godfather used to always work out a lot. So when I was younger, I used to always mimic him. Mm-hmm. And then two, my mom is vegan. So with that in mind, we were always raised in making sure we eat healthy or making sure we at least check what we're going to eat. So that was another aspect that I learned as broadly as I could put it. And then on top of that, we got into fitness together kind of around like 2014, 2015. As far as like tracking macros and stuff like that.
Yeah, like
we used to work out and here and there, but as far as like tracking macros and stuff, we've been doing that since like 2014, 2015. So like from then till now, we've had periods where we do it and we don't do it, do it and we don't do it. But it got to a habit where like we could look at a certain type of food and be like, all right.
Hey, yo, on some real stuff, because this is a funny conversation topic we had. Now that you're here, please talk about serving size versus the whole thing, bro.
Bruh. Okay. Let me take it.
I'm sorry. My dog just fell off the thing. Because you being so pressed.
Okay. Let's try and make it very, very, very simple. Let's say you buy a box of pizza, like a frozen pizza from the store. Alright? And then the serving size says for a quarter is 500 calories. Just go with that.
Quarter of the pizza is 500.
A quarter of the pizza is 500 calories.
Okay.
And then it says servings per container, 4. What people don't realize is that if you eat the whole pizza, it is 2,000 calories.
2,000?
Yes.
Hold on. Rewind. You just said it was 500 calories.
Exactly, because people don't realize that it was a quarter.
Oh.
So if you was to take a quarter, which is 1/4 of the pizza, that'd be 500. But a lot of people, they're gonna live their best life. This is America. They're gonna eat the whole thing most likely. And mind you, they probably gonna eat it with something on the side. They're gonna probably have wings, soda.
Oh God! So how much do you think that all? If you roughly say, okay, I got Pepsi. You know what I'm saying? I got a chocolate chip cookie that's 300 calories. Like, what we talking? Like, what is that? Like, are we at 3,000?
Bro, on a good estimate with that same ratio of the pizza, say you eat the whole thing. You got your Coke or your Pepsi. You got your chocolate chip cookie that's 300. Because mind you, a lot of people even forget the fact that juice has calories, soda has calories too, and that of all things adds up quick. Bro, y'all will be shocked at how quick that adds up.
Adds up real quick.
So let's say you even drink half a. Let's just say, how big is a liter? How big is the Pepsi? Is it a liter?
Yeah.
All in all, it's probably going to... I'll just keep it simple. It's probably going to be like over 3,000. Maybe 3,500. Pushing that. And mind you, most people, to maintain their weight, is somewhere around 2,000 to 2,700.
What?
And that's if you're a man. If you're a woman, it's probably like 16 to 18.
What?
Somewhere around there. And people just be... And then...
What about activity level, too?
People don't work out. What? Bro, some people will walk up 2 sets of stairs and start huffing and puffing, man. Like, come on now. It could be a nice day outside. People want to park close to the store, or they rather take a Uber when the venue is 1 block away. Like, people lazy.
Damn.
And a lot of people be like, oh, just... You gotta, like, a lot of trainers say, oh, you just gotta find little things in your day to make you more active. Like, take the stairs instead of the elevators, like that. And people are just like, it all counts. But listen,
to make a real dent,
if you eating like you just don't give,
like an American, the standard American.
If you eating like you don't care, bro, you could run a marathon every day ain't nothing gonna change.
Nothing gonna change,
bro. It's better to eat better than it is to try and work out harder.
Facts.
I'll tell you that.
Facts. I learned that last night. Goodness gracious. Because I stepped on that scale, I gained 5 more pounds. Let me tell you, I gained like 5 more pounds. So then this morning, I went and got my laps in for 45 minutes on the long side of the pool. And it was this older dude there. I'm talking about when I say this dude was like a dolphin, he was like, he was swimming like that.
Yeah.
Like I was in that joint. Then I went boxing. I was like, yeah, I got to get this. Because even I know. Because I was getting crazy. I was getting cookies, ice cream. And then like, you know what I'm saying? I started knowing my face was puffing up, and you know when you look at your face from the bottom of your camera, and you kind of, you know, you know what I'm talking about, bro. Because I can tell when I'm on point. Like my face will be like, you know, be a little bit
more slim.
A little more slim. Yeah. I see my jaw. But then I just start looking. I'm like, kind of like I'm making a face like this. I'm like,
yo, but don't get it twisted, man. I still be living my life. I work out hard. I work out a lot, but I'm still the dude that's gonna go out and have fun. I'm not, no knock to people who are like one or the other, but just me, like I know how to balance both. Like I know like to enjoy myself. I know when to scale back how much I'm eating. I know when to like get my stuff together. Cause there are times where I would still go back to like tracking my calories and stuff like that, just because I want to get myself back in order. Mm-hmm. And then I could kind of taper off and then just kind of free flow from there. But there are a lot of times I still party, I still be drinking. But just know that I'm not the type of person that just be partying and just be drinking.
Okay, so you don't just eat like a straight up rabbit or something like that. Like
nah.
You're somebody that you enjoy yourself while looking the way you want to.
Yeah.
So that is possible.
Very much possible.
Okay.
But I will say this, like it's easier to maintain than to obtain. So I don't let myself just be splurging for an endless amount of time where I gain 5-10 pounds, whatever, then gotta revert back.
Okay.
I may be lackadaisical for like a week and a half. But all in all, I'm still working out in between. Like I can't remember the last time I went a week without working out. And there are some people who can't even remember the last time they worked out.
We clipping that. That was funny. That's facts though. That's facts, bro.
Facts.
It's sad though. It's sad facts, but it's facts.
So, me being able to do all the stuff like that, being able to be here, being able to go to the gym, skate, all that stuff comes back to what I said about being able to work from home.
Yeah.
Because there are times where like my work would be done by like 3:30.
Mm-hmm. 3:30. Dang. So you could do whatever you wanted.
So then I'm like, yo, let me just go to the gym before that after work rush come in. People who go to the gym know that. Like between 5 and 7.
Oh yeah.
That's when I turn into a club.
That's when it turned into a club.
So I was like, let me get off the way before I do that. And then I still got time. I can go to the gym. I take a little bit of time in the gym. I may be in there for like an hour 15, something like that. I can still go to the gym, go back home, take a shower, still relax. Cause by that time, say it's like 6 o'clock, 6:30, I don't really go skating until like 8. So then I still could kind of like cool it for a little bit, then go skating. And then skating in and of itself is like an active recovery because you're not really pounding your body, but you're still getting your body moving in a sense. Mm. So it's not as taxing. So it's like an active recovery for me. And then I'm vibing with my peoples. And then, bro, if y'all live in any type of ethnic area, y'all need to start skating. I'm telling you that. Bro. Because I know a lot of people, whether you in high school, college, y'all come out of either of those, and y'all like, bro, what am I doing in my life? Y'all don't have that community sense that y'all had back in school.
Facts.
Man, when I tell you it feels like I'm in school again, the drama is there again.
The drama is there.
The relationships is there.
The cliques are there.
The cliques are there.
The cliques are everywhere.
Bro, it feels that sense of community that people were raised up in. That's why I think when you leave school, you get that depression because your life is different after you leave school because that's all you knew.
Everyone's so spread out.
Yeah, everyone's so spread out. So it kind of brings that back together. So you kind of feel like homeostasis in a sense.
Trying to meet somebody in school is not as awkward as trying to meet somebody when you're out here. Because it's just like, I feel like it's a different energy. In school, it's just like, hey, what's going on? It's like, it's kind of implied, like, we in school, like, hey, I'm just saying,
I
what's
see you
up?
around all the time. Yeah,
I see you around. You know what I'm saying? Some person out just out and about. The hell is you? The hell away from me.
Especially nowadays, man. especially nowadays, people don't have the social skills because of social media.
Yeah,
people don't have the social skills because of like all the weird stuff that just be happening in this world now. So people are very more closed off than they were before. So kind of putting yourself back in that kind of community type of feel will kind of make you feel a little bit better. I think a lot of people just be floating.
Just be floating. Just
especially
existing.
Especially after COVID.
Especially after COVID.
So that's another layer to it, where people just like they just float, they're just going through their day.
Yeah.
Even me, I still feel like everything just feels routine, because a lot of people who say after they leave school, everything just feels like it's not the same, just routine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when you have those little things outside of just work and just regular responsibilities, it kind of makes life feel a little bit more enjoyable. In a sense. And I think that's the biggest thing. It's like I think the hard part is you have to be the one.
You gotta be
to put yourself out there. You have to be.
Yeah.
And I think luckily for me, when I went to UMD, no one else came with me. No one else. And I tell you, like the first like week or two, when I tell you, I was like, is this the right choice for me? Why am I here? Because I felt I was just in a rut. I had nobody to talk to, so I had one or two choices. Either I'm going to just stay in this rut and just get comfortable, or break myself out of it. And when I tell you, he knows firsthand how I was as a person before College Park is completely different than how I am now. Completely different. I'm way more extroverted now than I was before.
Way more.
Because I was forced to be out there. I was forced to be people.
It's like Lug got on a boat, and then like I was just at the port, and I'm just like, and then he's just like on a boat with all his friends, and just like all these people partying and doing his dance moves. I'm just like, all right, bro, I see you. It's like
I still come back and dock here and there. I still come back.
Hey man, once he got his nickname on the back of the jersey, I knew it was stamped.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh no, this dude. See, like I told you, I'm about to post some of his moves on the screen so y'all can see, but it's like, young.
Man, that's crazy, bro. Cause like,
you gotta get in the ring, bro. You know how to move.
I do.
You gotta get in the ring.
I do. But that name, Ft.Ludalicious.
Ft.Ludalicious.
Bro, I made that name, I think senior year of high school. Because I needed a name for Snapchat.
I do remember.
And I remember one of my boys that I went to school, he was like, oh, I can't want that name. I was like, no, you didn't. Because I met him after college. I met him after high school. And then on top of that, I think it was a username. It was one of the names on Snapchat you can't change. Like, you can't change it. Like, once you make it, you gotta stick with it.
Yeah.
And I remember making that. And then, for some reason, I have no idea why, it just stuck. It just got a nice ring to it.
Ft.Ludalicious.
Especially when you hear the woman saying it.
That's what I'm saying. Because I ain't gonna lie, me saying that, I kind of feel weird saying it. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna just call you Lud.
But it's thick. A lot of it's stuck, especially in college.
Yeah.
Definitely did.
Come here, buddy.
But nah, I'll say that pivot is something that not a lot of people can do, but it's not impossible.
So people just gotta go up and get it, basically.
You gotta go up and get it.
Go up and get it.
You gotta go up.
The information is all there, YouTube, all these different places.
Yeah, it's very hard to keep it succinct though. I think you had a video about that. It's very hard to keep it succinct when you're just learning on your own.
Facts.
But you have to try and make it succinct for yourself. Like,
you got to.
Stick, like, if you're gonna learn coding, like, stick with one application. Learn that first until you feel like you are good at it, and then move to the next. Don't try and learn 2, 3, 4, 5 things at one time.
Facts.
Like, just stick with that. Stick with as minimal courses as you can, because every course is gonna teach you differently, and then you're gonna feel like you feel like you missed one thing, and then you gotta learn a different way. You feel like this way is not right, that way is not right. Stick to like 1 to 2, maybe 3. If it's a really good course, just stick with that. And we're talking like just course. We're not talking about boot camps.
No boot camps, just a single course.
Single self-instructed course. Stick to at least like 1 to 2, maybe 3. But like I said, they all gonna teach you differently, and you don't want too much different opinions in your ear. And then I ain't get to tell y'all. When I say you gotta apply, you need to apply to these jobs. And then I think the other thing that kind of stood me out too was I made my own portfolio website.
Nice. Yeah.
Made my own portfolio website, was paying them monthly. I made my own logo. I made a smart logo because the name was called Leolytics. which is because I'm a Leo, and then analytics.
That's
Leolytics.
tough. That's tough.
And then I had the logo look like a lion, but the lion was made out of numbers.
That's tough. Let me see that. You gotta send me that shit. Why you never told me about this?
That joint was clean. That had all my projects on it. But when I tell you I was applying to them jobs, bro.
You was applying?
Bruh, I wish I kept the notes, because the notes that I made, I listed all the jobs I applied for. And these are like the actual jobs, not the LinkedIn Easy Apply, not the Indeed, just send your application over. Like the ones you gotta really like fill out.
Right.
Bruh, that alone was like 60 applications. That alone. And then with given like the Easy Apply or whatever, it was probably like maybe like upwards of 80, 90. And
so you was in there swimming. You was like, hey.
Yo. People think, let me just apply to like 1 to 2 jobs a week. I was applying to like 3 jobs a day.
Nah, you can't. that whole one. Let me tell you something.
No,
it's a numbers game. Like
numbers game.
It's not even about you being qualified. It's about you being pressed. Like
yes,
seriously. Like you know what I'm saying.
It was like 3 jobs a day, bro.
Yeah.
And then I ended up getting like 8 interviews, 8 or 9.
8 or 9. And
then I finally ended up with 3. And then the way I finessed that. I finessed it.
And how that interview?
So let's knock it down to. I had 3 offers. The one of them was. They wasn't trying to pay me, so I left that one alone. So the last 2, let me give you the nice little rundown real quick. So I get the first offer was from, I'm not even gonna say the name. The first offer was from this one healthcare company, and they was paying me a certain amount, and then I was gonna take that one, but then the second one ended up giving me the offer that Friday. So I was like, wait, hold up. This second one is paying me more than the first one.
Okay. Yeah.
But, so I tried to go after the first one, but like, oh, can you give me higher than whatever that you initially gave me?
Renegotiate.
So it ended up being both of them were paying me the same amount, 1 and 2. So you know what I did?
What?
I went to the second one and said, excuse me. I have another offer that's paying me more than what you're paying me, even though it was really the same. And the reason why I did it is because now I have leverage. Say they want to retract the offer. I have another job that's paying me the same amount anyway. So now I have leverage.
Dang, bro. So
I was like, oh, I have this job paying me such and such. And then that second job ended up giving me an $8,000 increase on the first one. And then I ended up taking that one. So... you gotta finesse the game, bro.
You gotta finesse the game and know your worth. You gotta finesse the game and look on some real stuff. When just because he said that, on some real stuff. When I was applying for like to be a software engineer when I first got out of school, I applied for this one company that's in the DoD industry, and she asked me, she was like, "Yeah, so like how much you trying to make? This is my first position." I'm like 50,000. This was software engineer, right? And she was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and write you down for 71,000. And let me tell you something. You better know your worth.
Yup.
And she said, and for the next people you apply to, make sure to ask for nothing less than what I just told you. And I was like,
that was a hiring man.
Thank you. I think she was just a recruiter. It was just like,
yeah, like bro, there were some people who were snaky.
Yeah.
If that was someone else, they'd have been like, oh yeah. If they could say that, bro, because it falls back on the recruiters too, right?
Yeah.
So they could get someone to get hired for cheaper.
They gonna get some good money.
They gonna get some good money.
They gonna get some good money,
bro. Believe that. They gonna get some.
Their eyes gonna turn into dollar signs.
Yes. 50,000. Oh yeah, I think that's a good amount. That all that extra that's going right into their pocket.
Dang,
at least
bro.
a percentage of that. All the extra they could have paid you is going to their pocket.
Dang, so. Yeah, man, so this is my boy. Like I said, he been doing his thing for a minute, and he's living proof of, you know what I'm saying, like, you don't gotta stick to what the original plan was. Life is all about making pivots, you know what I'm saying? He definitely made some, and look where he at now. He went from going in, talking about some, man, I'm working like, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to this hospital, seeing all this death and stuff. Now he working from home.
I'm here doing a podcast on the clock.
Now he's doing a podcast on the, like, bro, like, you can't beat this, bro. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had to have my man come here. So hey, Lud, tell the people, you know what I'm saying, any last minute things on your mind, any game you want to give them, anything. You can plug your own stuff. It doesn't matter.
Listen, I'm gonna just keep it real simple. Find what brings you peace and go for it. And I say that because some people think, or some people get caught up in living for others. They get caught up trying to compete with others when it's not even really something they want to do. Like, people just need to stick to their own lane. Stay in your own lane. Lock in. Do what you think is going to be best for you. Some people are not going to agree. And that's okay. You living for yourself. So, do the grind or whatever grind you feel like you need to do to improve your life, to better it. Sometimes it's going to take a little sacrifice, but just keep that tunnel vision going. And trust me, it's going to be fruitful, because even my boy right here, he went through some stuff too. We all been through some sacrifice we had to make. But then just keep pushing through, and now look at us.
I'll be laughing. Nah, for real though. But you know what I'm saying, that's been this second episode of Listen to Leek's podcast. You know what I'm saying, had an interview with my good friend, and yeah, we're gonna be coming with more. You know what I'm saying, we're gonna get more people on here and stuff like that. And with all that, you know what I'm saying, y'all take it easy. Take all the stuff we, you know what I'm saying, gave y'all and apply it to y'all life. We live in proof. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah. And if y'all want to follow me, Ft.Ludalicious _ Instagram. I mainly be on Instagram. LUDALICIOUS. Mainly for the women though. Send it to your girls. Send it to your girls. It's like nah, just playing. But yeah.
Oh man. But alright, y'all. We out this jump. Peace.